It's a Monday morning. Welcome to the longest running daily variety show.
I was walking down the road today, looking for another way to ease my mind and help my living.
To ease my mind. To help my living. To help your living. 1,833 days in a row, the Mark inspires experience. We live in the moment here. We break away from anything else that's going on in this world to just spend a little time together. Reflect on what's going on in the world, see if we can inspire something positive into this day. This has been live every day at night, and now the new thing in 2024 is I will be live every morning as well. So join the longest running daily variety show. Subscribe on YouTube, turn on all notifications, twice a day live, unlimited content. 12 o'clock today I'll be dropping my Christopher Walken being interviewed by Harry Carey. It's one of the funniest bits. It was the second piece of content I ever created on YouTube in 2009, I think. I forgot about it. Bradley Smith, our family member here, I love you, buddy. If it wasn't for Bradley Smith, you guys would not have this as a remastered editor's choice type of content. Like, it's actually director's cut. I did this thing in 2009. I was just pumped to put out a piece of content, but I never added music behind it. There's a couple pieces I didn't really love. I just left in there because I wasn't the best at editing at the time. And after 5 years in a row of creating content every single day, I'm looking at some of my older content and I'm like, I can make that so much better. So one of the exciting things about this show is that it's all fresh. Almost everybody on planet Earth hasn't seen anything I've done. 4,000 pieces of content. There's only a handful of people that know I exist after 5 years. I was canceled 5 years ago. You know, I was one of the first people canceled. They just weren't calling it that at the time. But I created 9 feature films so far on YouTube. 209 songs, this is one of them. And we write songs here in the moment every day. I happen to also be the inventor of the only drum in the world for guitar players, and I'm the owner of the 1775 Bible. A lot of stuff going on in this program. But what I think is really interesting, if you found me because of the Bible, welcome. The Bible brought you to the real thing they hide you from, the Mark Inspires show. Now, why did they cancel this show 5 years ago? And why do I keep showing up every day? Well, because those people that do know I exist keep coming back. And even though we can't reach anybody new because of this algorithm that they set on my channel 5 years ago, I still show up. I live here in the moment. I create something for you, and you can get away from it all for a little bit. I think that's really what they fear most is our connection. The fact that there's one show on planet Earth that's live every single day, twice a day most times, that you can go and you could be in the chat on YouTube with the Hilly Billy, my brother, and DM Ryan, and you can express yourself. Free thoughts coming out in the moment. You don't have to worry about how you feel and what to say because people are here to lift you up. So I hope you'll consider joining us on YouTube. We're about to get into it. I got Matt Zabrowski here. He's giving us a woohoo, guys, every day. Last 5 years in a row. For Zabrosk. What's that? Oh, he wants me to throw it to him, guys. Zabrosk. Woohoo! That was a good one. Zabrosk, 8.3. What's that? Zabrosk! You can't always hit us with a winner. You know, I thought that was Grammy-worthy. No, it was not Grammy-worthy. Right? It was good. Very good. It's a very good woo-hoo. Right, guys? I mean, look, I'm hearing it right now from our family members on TikTok, Zabrowski. Gloria Kelly, right now, she said, it was an okay woo-hoo, but Zabrowski's done better. I know. I'm the one, I judge it. I'm the one who, I mean, family members over here, they throw in a couple of digits. That was a 9.2. You're way off, Hilly. 9.2. That was an 8.3. Okay. You maybe don't tune in enough to the woo-hoo to determine which one is the best. But I've been here now 5 years in a row. Every day, Zabrowski woo-hoos us. And some days are better than others, you know? Goodness. Sheeran, good to see you. BB Honey and John Rigo, you guys are awesome. Thanks for kicking it with me. In case you don't know who Matt Zabrowski is, because you just found me, Matt Zabrowski is actually the guy who did that woo-hoo in 2006, I think it is, when I did that album. And Zabrowski's awesome. I never met him before until the studio. And the engineer, Brian, he came in, he's like, oh, so who's your band? I was like, dude, I'm a one-man band. I don't have a band. He's like, well, you need a drummer. And I was like, who do you know? He's like, well, I know this guy Zabrowski. I was like, give him a call, let's see if we can get him over here. So we're at Clinton Studios. I told you the story once how I met Wyclef and I met Farrakhan in the same day. They were actually hanging out together, and they were recording at Clinton Studios while I was there. Bob Dylan was apparently on the second floor, but I never got a chance to meet him. In fact, I only found out that after he finished his recording, Brian said, look, we had to sign like a confidentiality agreement. We couldn't even let you know that Dylan was upstairs while you were recording downstairs. I was like, motherfucker, are you kidding me? I'm recording my first album, solo album. Bob Dylan's right there, and you couldn't even let me know? So you'd be like, hey, Bob, yeah, going down, Clinton Studios, gonna have a good time, win another Grammy, like Zabrowski. So anyway, Zabrowski came in, met him for the first time in the studio, and the first thing he ever played was these 13 songs, and this one he went nuts on. That's Matt Zabrowski right there, tearing it up in the drums. It's a really cool song, guys. You can get it on iTunes and Spotify. It's called Something to Live For. Just type in Mark Pires, Something to Live For. That's why if you want to see my music, hear my music, you got to take the INS off. Mark Inspires is the name of my channel, name of my show. But my name is Mark Pires. Kind of a pun, right? But also very, very accurate. We inspire here for the last 5 years. And so I want to thank Furman Vidal. He's a fellow colleague, real estate agent. In case you guys don't know that, I'm a real estate agent. These morning shows are also to remind you that I sell real estate. If you have any questions at all about the real estate market, about buying or selling, I've been doing this for 15 years. So I'm a seasoned real estate agent, and I can provide you with much information and knowledge that you probably don't have or you have to seek. So ask away. In fact, this is a call-in show. You could feel free to give a ring, 203-903-2255, I believe it is, which is 903-CALL. 203-903-CALL. Let's see if that works. Just in case anybody feels like calling in and chatting about a specific topic. I'm actually okay and open to talk about any topics at all. This is a platform where we can raise awareness and just have conversations about cool topics. And I'm open to news stories, by the way. I got a really ridiculously funny news story coming out. I'll try to get it out to you early afternoon. Oh, my goodness. Last night after the show, I just was like, I saw this news story, and I was like, this is ridiculous. And I don't know if I should give an idea of what it is. It's more of a comedy news story because I went nuts. I did what I do best. I just took the story and then went like crazy with it. And it's another example of people pretending to be something they're not. And kind of leads us back to the topic of this show today, which is witness history. Be a part of history. I don't know where we end up with this show, but right now I know I'm doing something no one's ever done before. I've shown up for 5 years every day, 1,833 days in a row. So being a part of this show, asking for me to create content for you, witnessing a new creation, whether it's a song, a piece of comedy, or inspiring words, is something that is a part of history. Now, whether or not it means anything now is pointless because this is evergreen content. I may get 100 views for this video, but in 100 years or 500 years, there could be 10 million views on this video. And someone may be coming across this message in 50 years, and welcome. Welcome to the Mark Inspire Show. I'm the one soul that doesn't give up on this world. 1,833 days in a row of not giving up, even though they tried to get me to quit for 1,833 days. And I show up because I have a fire inside of me that I have to let out. And that fire tells me that everything is wrong in this world. And if you don't fight now, Mark, you lose it all. I wrote a song in 1999 called The Best for You and Me. The lyrics are prophetic. At the end of the chorus, or before the third chorus, I said, and I know I'm going to miss this place when it's gone. And we're standing right here. Matt Zabrowski, give me a second woohoo. Double decker. Woohoo! That one was better. Zabrowski, that was an 8.7. What? No, Zabrowski didn't go over 9. He goes, I thought it was Grammy worthy, the second one. No. And guys, if you don't understand the comedy yet, it's a woohoo that's the same every single day. So we make a joke about the fact that one is better than the next, or the one 3 weeks ago was Grammy worthy, and today was like a 5.6 because Zabrowski just didn't feel like bringing it, So we're just trying to get silly with you here. And the idea is there is no script. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know where I'm going to go with this show. I just know that I want to be here with you. I want you to know that I'm here at least. And tomorrow you could say, I don't have to wonder if he's coming back. That dude's coming back. And I hope that's the takeaway for you. Be a part of history. Be a part of the guy who's going to keep going until his heart stops beating. Right now we're at 5 years in a row and counting. And we can't seem to get that message out that there's someone who still has hope for us. And he shows up every day. And regardless of what we do here, I have to say what we do here is powerful. However, it doesn't matter. It's that chat that you want to be here for. You want to be in a chat that's live every day of existence. It's a place for you to connect with people. We lack connection in 2024. We have people just ripping others down, all negativity. There is a platform of positivity. There's a platform of light and love and connection, and a guy who's just pouring it out of his heart. Now, that's why I believe the chat is filled with love and light, because that's all I have to offer, guys. When I'm here and I'm getting passionate or angry about something, it's with the intention of trying to fight for the Lord, to fight for the creator of this existence of ours. They are extinguishing the creator. They're trying to make you think that this is all some freaking Big Bang theory that took place and that we're just here because chaos. There's beauty to you. Everything in this world is stunning. If you step back for a second and you think, even the things that piss you off, everything is so intense. There's no way this is created out of chaos. A creator has intelligent design, always. There's always a thought process behind it. There's a heart and a thought process that go into anything that means something in this life. You don't find people, you do find people who put out little simple products because they're solutions to problems, but a lot of times people are putting out amazing products because their heart and their soul went into it. And they were there with the creator when it happened. I have this theory that however this all started, and I'm certain it wasn't the Big Bang theory. That's just the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm certain that something happened much bigger than that. Not just like we just expanded and became, and millions and billions of years later, look, there's human beings. Like, no, it's just a stupid concept. And even the idea that we came from chimpanzees or something like that is just mental, okay? Human beings evolve. Correct, we do. But we've always been human beings. We may have spliced in with another human type, Cro-Magnon or the Devazions or Devasonians, whatever they're called. But we definitely weren't apes before and then became humans. And if you didn't know it, you should look into it. But Darwin was a Satanist, all right? And that means get these people away from God, all right? Look, it's theory. Now, my son says that theory means proven. And so they said that the Big Bang theory, it's not a Big Bang theory, it's the Big Bang hypothesis. I say it better be a hypothesis because it's a religion. Science is a religion. I don't know. If you're out there and you think science is real, there's a lot of science where you need the math and the science because if you don't have it, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But when you start creating these narratives to try to get the world to believe them and everybody believes them, we have an issue. We don't come from apes. We don't come from a Big Bang. And when you start realizing that it's something much bigger than that, we come from a creator. You can't tell me that the Rolex came into existence because the Big Bang Theory gave us the Rolex. That's intelligent design. And we are way more of an intelligent design than a watch. So, were we spliced together by the Anunnaki? That's more likely than the Big Bang Theory. There were giants on this earth. I got the 1775 Bible to prove it. And that's not it. We have the Book of Enoch. We have the Apocrypha from the 1560 Geneva Bible. We still have not read that yet, where they talk of giants that roamed and ruled the earth. They want you to believe that, guys, we evolve, and that's why we're tall now. We used to be puny. Yeah, we probably were. We were probably 5'2", and then we get 5'5", 5'7", 6 foot, and now we're in the 6 foot range as a humanity. You see people now 6.5 feet. My father, I thought about this, very interesting. My mother and father, 5'9". I'm 6 foot. My brother Michael, is 6'1", and my brother Matt, he's 5'10". So we all are taller than our parents were. Does that mean our children are going to be taller than us? I don't know, but I would say throughout time there were many tall people. I mean, you see the randoms like the Andre the Giants that have popped on, and it's always been considered a fluke. But it's not. This is part of our DNA. That's why sometimes you see it. And there were people, I assume, 12, 15 foot tall back in the day, like millions of years ago. And if the Bible story is correct, and again, I may have been taking it wrong, that all of a sudden Cain kills his brother and he goes and gets married, and I'm seeing it as like, well, where all those people come? A lot of people have said, well, that's because there were already people on earth, but they were evil, they're giants and Nephilim and Anunnaki. These people were not God's creations. They were alien in a way, and so we are created here as the image of God, as Adama. Is it Adama? Which they considered Adam. And it's a beautiful story if you think about it that way, because we did come from nothing, and it wasn't in a big bang. It was some intelligent creator that said, this is a world that we can create life. This is a place where my vision could become something, although I have to give these people free will. I'm going to have to let them do their thing. I can't control it. I got other worlds I have to take care of. I'm pretty sure God's not just sitting here looking at this one world, I had this weird vision about it was like a TV show idea, and I probably should still do this, where like it's this science room. You walk into this science room and there's all these scientists there, and they're all like, oh, so how's your terrarium doing? And they're like, oh, it's good, check it out. And like they all stand over this humongous globe. It's like this, there's 12 of them in a room, and you could see right in, and it's an earth, looks like an earth, and you're looking at it, it's like, I don't know, small size, and it looks like it's like, oh cool, look, it's like a globe, you're just gonna spin. But no, it's our earth. And as these scientists stand around to look in, it zooms in, and you realize that this is what they did, is they created this, and that they're just kind of there on the outside watching how this science experiment takes place. And we can't see them because they're so high up. They're much higher than we are, and they're looking down on us. And I'm like, man, I could see that being real. Guys in white coats standing around as they're looking in on this science project. We're a science project. I mean, there's like so many different things, but created, absolutely. We didn't just come out of nowhere. We may have been created by them, and they said, look, let's see how this goes. How many times have you heard about science projects, but nobody knows they're part of a science project? You guys didn't know you were part of a worldwide mental control campaign over the last 5 years, and you just went with it. So yeah, I could very much see that that's something that happened. Someone created this, and they said, let's stand back now, see how this goes. And there could be 12 other experiments like us going on, and they're watching it on all of them. So yeah, I wonder who gets this right. I wonder which of these globes, earths that we created here understands that together they prosper and divided they fall. Maybe all of them divide in nuclear war or whatever. But we have this issue here where people want to rule. People want to rule this earth instead of allow it to be and to become something for the future generations. It's a very sad thing to see, but that again gets back to, why are they trying to disconnect you from God? Why are they trying to disconnect you from the moment where God exists? The takeover can only take place if you don't believe in God. You have to submit and allow them to do this. Do you understand? This is what's called disclosure. This whole last 5 years, 7 years, whatever you want to call it, it's disclosure. They're telling you what they're going to do, and if you sit back and allow them to do it, then you gave them permission to do it. And yeah, you may get canceled for speaking out. You may lose a friend or two by saying how you feel about certain situations in 2024. But if you don't, you are submitting, and you are allowing them to change this world. You are allowing them to silence truth in order to usher in falsehood. And I keep getting in trouble for saying it. I'm like, guys, what are we talking about here? I am phobic of falsehoods. I'm phobic of lies. I fear a world that allows something that's not true to become true. Politics, the way it works is they say something over and over until people believe it. Doesn't make it true. Saying things 1,000 times doesn't make it true. But if you believe it, you make it true. You have to be able to discern what you're being told. And when someone says something to you over and over again, that doesn't mean you should believe it. Just means you should really kind of think about, why are they saying that? Is there something deeper? Do I really need to go do that? I'm a 25-year-old guy. I'm a 45-year-old guy. I'm a 52-year-old guy. Do I really need to do that thing that you're recommending for people that are 85 years old? Even though now you say I should, and my children should, and babies should? I think you're out of your freaking mind. I think you're nuts. Those people should all be in jail. That's crimes against humanity, against children. I remember, I'm going a little far here on this one, but during the Plandemiru, when they ushered in this new health guidance that children 6 months and older needed this thing, that didn't fucking work, by the way. They needed it. Those children all needed it because there was such a threat to them. There were 19 deaths in the United States for people under the age of 18 at that point. 19 in the entire United States of America when they made that decision. Under the age of 18, 19 individuals had died from the bug from CV. And the FDA decides to say every child needs it. How many children are in America? Somebody want to do the quick Google on that? 19 of them died of CV. You know, I wonder how many died of the flu in the same time length. Well, they were not calling anything flu during that time, but before, how many people die of flu each year? Children. That would be an interesting one to put as a side-by-side. Oh, well, that's interesting. In 2017, 19 people died as well from the flu. Oh, interesting. And I don't know if that's the number. I do know that 19 was the number. When I did the show, you can go back and watch it. They kept it from you, but it's there. That's why I always say, this is history. This is literally a time capsule into history. In 50 years, people around this world are going to tune in to the Mark and Spire show to see what really happened. This is a cataloged news event. For the last 5 years, every single day, I've told you what's really going on in the world. They kept it from you, but it's all there. You could go back and be like, dude is freaking Nostradamus. No, I was saying the same thing that people who had already been exposed and discovered were saying. They were getting canceled as you were seeing it. I was already canceled because I didn't have the voice. They saw me when I was still small, and they were like, let's shut this motherfucker down, man. We don't need this out there. We don't need passion. We don't need the Donald Trump show. That's what got me in trouble. And it was a parody. It's comedy. I'm sorry I do a Trump impression of Winnick Big League. You know, like, well, I'm an impressionist, you know. Well, hi, my Aunt Judy. You know, like I do everybody. I do Biden too. I do Dr. Weezer Frogie. You know, we do them all. But why should that get me disconnected from the world? Why should that break me away from being able to create a business out of this show, or even a career, or even an opportunity to make any money? That's a question. It's a real question when you've been live for 5 years in a row and you can't ever generate any money for a show. You do it for free. I do this for free every day, guys. I want you to know. You tune into tons of creators that are making a killing when they go live every day. They have enough views, so they're getting money from ad money from YouTube. They get donations from people, and so they're making money. I've been here for 1,833 days in a row for free, and I'm not a kid. I got 3 kids and a wife, and I do this for free every day. If you can't follow a guy who shows up for you for free every day, I got to question your interest in saving this world. I have to. Because you're not, what are you doing? You're tuning in? You can't even do that? For the guy who shows up for you for free every day and creates. That's a question. It really is. Yeah, I have the 1775 Bible. I've got the 1793 Principles of Faith. I got the 1863 Union Hymns book. I got a couple cool books that I'll be reading to you guys along the way. But those are just 3 pieces. There's 4,000 pieces of awesome content on YouTube that you never saw. And my hope is these 3 pieces bring you to those 4,000 pieces because they are evergreen. And that is the history. Every day we make history here because I'm not quitting. And one day, they haven't yet, but one day Guinness World Records is going to call me and say, dude, you've been live for more than 5 years in a row every single day, and that's a world record. Yeah, you don't know I exist, Guinness. You don't. But I'm here. I'll keep going. And one day, if you did subscribe to this show, you could say, hey, I subscribed to this show on day blah, 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 blah. And he's the host of the longest running show ever. daily. It's pretty cool that I joined that show instead of hearing about it one day. Oh, I remember hearing about it, but I was too busy watching negativity. You know, it's that's how they get you. They hook you with the negativity. That's why if you look back, the only stuff of mine that seems to even get any traction is the stuff that has controversy involved. There's a connection to something that gets people fighting. There's nothing, all the positivity I put out, they just let sit. They don't even share it. I put a powerful piece of content that could bring people together. 100, 250 views. And again, I understand the game. I understand the game. They don't want us to connect. They do not want us to become one. If that happened, they would fall. There's been many speeches. Rockefeller gave one. He said, they can never know their true power. They can never know that together they could destroy us. And we still allow them to divide us. It's like, oh my goodness. It's when you're living in a world with people who want to end it. I can't. I don't even understand it. You get one life and you want to end it all? You want to destroy everything for the next generation? And this is why I fight. This is why I show up every day, because I'm baffled by the insanity that exists, the evil that is ingrained in every aspect of our lives. And all I can say is I am here with the sword of God to fight every single day, to fight that evil. And I'm just a puny guy here on a channel, the Mark Inspires channel. Doesn't matter, right? I'll fight every single day of my life with this microphone in my hand. I will stand here and tell you what's going on every day of existence. I don't care. I'm canceled already. I'm worried about getting canceled again. I don't give a shit. I make a living as a real estate agent, not as Mark Inspires. So I'm going to show up every day and I'm going to tell you what's going on. I don't have time for BS. I don't want to look back and say, oh, well, why did I made money so I could tell people what they wanted me to say. No, I'll stay here and I won't make money at all, ever, for this, because I can't. I have integrity. I have to say what's going on. I have a soul to protect. I'm not here for this life. I'm here for the next one. I'm doing what's right here, so I have a chance going forward. 93% of this world will go to hell. That's what it says in the Bible. 93%. Are you part of the 7? I'm part of the 7. I'm fighting. Canceled. You could put me in the ground. My voice will always be here. My music, my content will always be here for you. If it's saved, if YouTube is here. They could, of course, cancel me and literally take my channel down on all 4,000 pieces of content. I should back it up somehow. I don't have the ability to, I don't have the time. I don't have the resources. I don't have anybody that helps me. So, history means action. You can't make history if you sit on the sidelines. You have to do something that's uncomfortable to you. And apparently uncomfortable to many. I truly believe when I say anything, it's not offensive. I'm saying it from the heart. I'm saying things that I believe are true. And we're living in such a sensitive world that people are offended by everything. And that's difficult because when you're a passionate person, you're going to bring emotion out in people. And I never intend to upset anybody. So if you are ever watching and you're like, stick around. This is a free-flowing show. Whatever I'm saying now, it's a fleeting moment, and then we move on. So all I can say is I appreciate the fact that those of you that do know I exist, come back and seek me out because I keep showing up every day. And that should at least keep you curious. I wonder what Mark's doing and saying today. I've never had a script, and I've been writing song after song, and all this crazy stuff happens. So I plan on doing some more comedy. I've got so many different movie ideas I want to do. But whether or not you want to be there for that is really on you. I'm going to show up again tomorrow, 9 a.m. Probably later, too, for an hour. I'm going to see if I could share a couple of news stories with you here. Something that really blew my mind was, and you probably saw this clip. Let me see if I can pop it on the air for you. Last week, let's watch it real quick, and then we'll talk about this. I have a little update for you. If you want to head over to YouTube, you can see this. Link is in the bio, guys. Mark Inspires. So we have a very interesting thing that took place here last week in Nevada.
After last month's massive solar flare added a 25th hour to the day, businesses are wondering.
Ooh, 25th hour to the day. That sounds interesting. Cool movie idea. So this happened. Watch real quick with me. This is crazy. Have you guys seen this clip?
I asked the court to impose 1948 on this case based on the criminal history and the facts of this case.
Okay. Mr. Redden, is there anything you want to say on your own behalf before I pronounce sentence?
So basically, I would like to tell the courts, everyone here, like, based on my criminal history, like, I feel that, like, I shouldn't be, like, sent to prison for a second time.
Have you looked at your criminal history? Have you looked at your criminal history?
I didn't see this part. This is actually how it all started.
I mean,
I
you
just saw
lived
him
it,
jumping
I
over
suppose. Yeah.
Jumping on the judge.
3 felonies, a gross, 9 misdemeanors, multiple DVs. Got a lot going on, sir.
Yeah, I just figure, like...
Battery on a protected person, robberies,
This gives me context. I didn't even know how it went down originally.
attempt home invasion. Go ahead, I didn't mean to interrupt you, I was just...
I just figure, like, I'm in a better place in my mind.
Are you?
I have a support system.
Guys, he's in a better place in his mind right now. Right now.
Violence, I've been dealing with mental health, and I didn't know that I was dealing with mental health. And they put me in mental health court, and I still didn't know that I had a mental health problem until it was August 2022 when I realized I had a problem with this. And like having a dictionary and like understanding myself.
I feel bad for this guy.
A little better and applying it to my
I mean, look, he probably has a horrible rap sheet,
moment,
but I still feel bad for him. Guys, we're on YouTube if you want to check this out. Mark Inspires.
I feel like I shouldn't be sent to prison, but if it's appropriate for you, then you have to do what you have to do. But I figure that, if I'm in a better place in my life, I'm not doing drugs, I'm not out there committing crimes now,
This is quite an intro. I had no idea.
I appreciate that,
Here we
but
go.
I
This
think
is what
it's
I
time
saw.
that you get a taste of something else, because
See?
I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
Look at that! You see that? Lawrence Taylor! Hold on, I want to show you guys something here. If you guys see this, she actually, her head gets slammed against the back wall. It's kind of loud, too. Let me see if I can get there for you. That was nuts. Here we go. She did it, though, and she's like, I can't with that record, Let's see. I just want you to see that one part.
I just can't with that history.
Here we go.
In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada...
Listen to the noise. Listen to her head. He goes, oh no. He comes up and he jumps all over her. Man, I'll tell you, that was crazy to see. That dude, he flew. When I was a kid, we used to do this funny thing where we were at a pool. We would do like the pack. We jump over the pack. That was like this whole like game we do as kids. Is like you grab a football and you jump in the pool and you kind of like jump and do like a flip, and you land and you kind of do like a Barry Sanders over the top of the pack. And that's what that dude did. He did it like a Lawrence Taylor flew. I've never seen anybody fly. That dude was flying as like the Michael Jordan of criminals right there. Holy cow. Letty Grazi in the house. So good to see you, Letty. Awesome to see you back on YouTube. Amy WC with me. Love that. And we got Barella. DM Ryan kicking it with me. I love it. Angel Pereira. So good to see you. Oh, look at this. Angel said, since you mentioned the Anunnaki, you should read the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Epic of Gilgamesh. There are similarities between both. I absolutely want to. I think the Epic of Gilgamesh is in the Apocrypha, correct? And if that's the case, we're getting into that one for sure. But the Dead Sea Scrolls, is that something I could actually get access to? Let me see. I'd be open to reading that for you guys as well. I seem to be able to read Old English okay. I mean, I'm not very good, but I'm okay at it. In fact, I'll read a verse for you from the Bible in a moment here, from the 1775 Bible. If you found me because of the Bible, welcome to the show. Stick around for the live creation and the positivity. That is what I think you're really here for. God brought you here, okay? You got to think about it this way. If you like the Bible specifically, then God brought you here to this show where God is every single day. We live in the moment where God is. When two or more are gathered, that really means two or more people are centered on the moment together. And God is with them in that moment. Every single day we are centered on the moment here on this show. Therefore, God is with us as long as one other person's with me. So Letty Grazi, Amy WC, over here on TikTok, you awesome people. Carol, Robert. Carol, you're awesome. Thank you so much for sharing the live. You're amazing. And Wes, thank you so much. Amen, my friend. When I have anybody else with me when I'm live, we are creating the power of God. It's ridiculous. I try to think of this. It's like two people multiplied by the power of God. And I mean like the power sign of God. You know what I mean? Like that's how crazy it is. It's multiplied by the power of God. And that is just something that I came to. I just realized that some of these moments are so strong and they could really change the planet in a moment. And I'm like, why? Why is it so powerful? Why is there so much to this? Why is there so much passion coming through a moment? And it's because someone else is joining me. And we are then entangled and entwined with the power of God. And that's why all creation is so amazing. When you look at art, when you look at someone who's creating something for you in the moment or singing for you, and they're really, you can see they got their eyes closed and they're centered on that moment. God is with that person. You're there. You and that person have God as the connection. So in 2024, when we're living in a society where they want you to forget about your connection to God and keep you distracted from the moment where God exists, you have to understand the game. You got to understand. Disconnect and get as often as possible to shows like this that bring you and center you on the moment with the Creator. That's why I think I love this idea of no script, because I am forced to be here with Him. I'm forced. And I love it because there's vulnerability. And the energy is just like, wow. You know, Will, how are you, my friend? So good to see you. Navi, good to see you over here. I appreciate you guys kicking it with me. One more story for you. Let's see what we have. I had a couple. I think I pulled up a few news stories. And again, I have this one coming out for you this afternoon that I think is probably the funniest news story I've told to date. It is a long one, though, because there was supposed to be like a 3-minute story, and I just kept going. I went to the Wikipedia on this person, and I just read the whole Wikipedia for you and just continued the comedy from there. I mean, I'll just tell you what it's about. Okay, so you need to know because I want you to watch this later. It's that funny. So I'm not sure if you remember in 2021, but a few things happened. Alec Baldwin murdered someone by accident in the movie Rust, and he's married to a woman for like 12 years who pretended to be from Spain. I don't know if you ever saw that, but Hilaria, her name's Hillary, and it's hilarious is really what it is, because she kind of duped him. She catfished Alec Baldwin and made him think he was marrying some Spanish woman. She's from freaking Boston, Massachusetts. So this bit is so funny because the only reason I did the bit was this. She was called out and people know she's not from Spain anymore. It's such a crazy story, guys. They're still pretending she's from Spain. Baldwinito. She wanted to have a Baldwinito birthday party for her 40th. And I'm like, why are we still pretending? We know you're not from Spain. So what are we still doing it for? The takeaway for me, which is why you got to wait till the end. The children's names, guys. The children's names. Okay, once we figured out that you're not from Spain, you think you'd go with a normal name like Greg or Jared, Donald. They still went with some crazy, like, Spanish name. Carmelito, Juan de Zale. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. These people are still pretending this virtue signaling. I'm from Spain. Like, you're not from Spain. You're from Massachusetts. Your friend from high school told us, you know? And they're still pretending. And I'm like, this is the issue with the world today. You allow that to take place. You allow her to say Baldwinito birthday party. She's not from Spain. You don't need a Baldwinito. Baldwinito, you know, like if you want to say, because Anito is like a little baby in Spanish, but you're not from freaking Spain. The funniest moment in this entire news story was how she pretends that she got like stage fright when she was on Good Morning America and she forgot the word cucumber. And I'm like, why wasn't the follow-up question, so when you get nervous and you get stage fright, you go to Spanish? She goes, "Como se dice? Como se dice cucumber?" So let me get this straight. Most people, when they get nervous, they get stage fright. They go, "You go to Spanish. Hola, hola, como se dice?" Because you got stage fright. You got nervous up there, right, Hilaria? Oh goodness, guys, Hilaria's doing it. You know, still this Baldwinito birthday party for old Hilaria. So I'm in the middle of editing said story. I hope you'll check it out later. It will be live on TikTok. It will be live on YouTube. The full video will be on YouTube, and I'll drop segments on TikTok so we can get the whole thing out to you. But it's one of the best live improv comedy news stories I've ever done. And I'm going off of memory. I don't even remember. Okay, here's another side story. I've had multiple times where I've done something and then the recording got messed up. And I'm like, no, because I had gold and then it's gone. And this was a scenario where that almost happened. I did this 30 minutes of just literally improv comedy ranting on this ridiculous scenario of someone pretending to be from somewhere else in the world, even though we know you're not, and you're still going with it. Yeah. And let's name the 15-month-old Carmelito, blah, 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 blah. Like, wait, that's like 9 months after we knew that you were not from Spain. So anyway, it's hilarious, this thing. I get to the end of the 30 minutes and I push end on the teleprompter app because that's what I originally started. I started to read the teleprompter story. That's what we do here. If you guys see any of my news stories, what you're going to get is a comprehensive, content-rich news story. I used to do them differently. They'd be 20 seconds, under a minute. Everything now is comprehensive. Whatever the news said, if it's a real news story from AP or something like that that has nothing to do with certain things they're trying to push on us, you're getting the full story. Every word that was in that story that goes out in the news, you're hearing, but with a personal Mark Inspires approach or touch. When I did this one for Hilaria, I had the story with her birthday party and Baldwinito and her kids that are all Spanish names. And so I started thinking, okay, I'm just going to read that. But the moment I went into it, I started talking about how she pretends she's from somewhere else in the world. And I didn't know where it was. I didn't know if she said she was from Costa Rica or something. So I'm like, guys, now we got to find out. So this becomes like we're searching Wikipedia so we can determine who the hell she is, where she's really from, where she said she's from. And so it becomes a real investigative journalism story instead of just a quick news story. But within all of that, there is some of the funniest comedy ever on Hilaria and Alec Baldwin. So I hope you guys check it out when I drop it, just be a couple hours from now. But bigger story. This is a bigger story that we know is happening at 12 noon. Right now, what is it, almost 10 o'clock? It's 9:45, guys. In 2 hours and 15 minutes. Set your clocks. I'm going to give you the link right now to this. I'm a celebrity impressionist. You guys know this. Maybe you don't, but now you do. I do everybody, but I used to do a lot more of this when I was younger. Is like I was doing impressions of everybody. And one of the first things I did was Harry Carey interviewing a bunch of people. Now, when I say that, it's not me doing an impression of Harry Carey. It's me doing an impression of Will Ferrell doing Harry Carey. So it's basically like a dead-on Will Ferrell impression of Harry Carey, dressed up with the hair and the glasses and everything. I sprayed my hair gray at the time. And all wild. It's nuts. It's a super funny bit. But it's even funnier than when I originally dropped it, because what I did was I cut out some of the meat that's just not really doing anything. It's fat, really, on this piece. So now it's lean. And then I added the Curb Your Enthusiasm background like we did on the last one. And this one's much better than the Scarface one. So go check out the Scarface one. That one's up right now on YouTube. Harry Carey interviewing Scarface. Hey, Harry. Hey, Christopher Walken. How things are going on the program? Right? I can't really do them in the morning. You got to get a little bit more in the throat. Hey guys, thanks for coming out to the Mark Inspires show. Gonna have a good time. 1,833 days in a row. I haven't done Harry in so long, and the reason was doing that hi actually started messing up my voice. It's been about 10 years since I did Harry, because doing that weird fluctuation in my voice, I noticed when I was singing, things changed. It's kind of weird when you start messing with things by doing a weird voice like that. Hi, gals. It's just like you're pushing on you're on your vocal cords in a weird way, and it was affecting notes. That's why I kind of glad I don't do it anymore. I'm glad those pieces of content live. I apparently filmed an Owen Wilson version I never released. I remember filming it. I don't remember what the content was. I don't remember what I said. Gonna go out there and do Owen Wilson well. Check it out. Gotta do Zoolander. Go down, do Zoolander. And I filmed the whole thing as Owen Wilson had the wig for that too, but I never released it. I don't even know where it is. I'm gonna see if I could find it on my old computer. If I can, that would be pretty sweet. To release something 15 years after I filmed it, you know. This one is just, again, it's like a director's cut. But it's at noon. I gave you the link. It's right there. Letty, I hope you can make it for that one. I think Letty's already seen that most likely. Actually, no one's seen it. People who saw that 10 years ago, and then I started my show, and that was like, I didn't even think about it. Thank you for Bradley Smith mentioning it, or else you guys never have it back. It would have been sitting there as the first couple pieces I ever created. And now you get to experience it anew. So I hope you enjoy my Christopher Walken impression, the Harry Carey impersonation, and it's starting at noon. So that's all I can say. I know I had another story for you, though. Before we leave for the afternoon, I will be back this evening. Let's see what the other story was. Oh, this one I'm thinking about covering just because I think Elon Musk has done so much for this world, and I believe this is a cancel event we see going on right now. They want to get rid of the guy because he's allowing a free speech platform, and they want to control speech. Elon Musk says 3 years of random testing found no traces of drug use as he fires back at bombshell WSJ report. So apparently the Wall Street Journal said that he's like not worth anything anymore. He's a piece of garbage. And I think that's interesting. This is what they said. I don't know where it was. They said there was an unhinged meeting he had, cringeworthy, with the entire SpaceX staff, and it was like all hands on deck, you know? And so that's why they're all worried about him. And this is what the Wall Street Journal said. They said the SpaceX founder slammed by Wall Street Journal as not fit to line a parrot cage full of bird poop. So I can't see. I mean, this guy, the Boring Company, SpaceX, Starlink, Tesla, and what else is he working on? But no, he wants to go to Mars, you know? Let's stop that guy. Let's stop the guy who's innovating for this planet. Because he wants free speech. We got to stop the free speech. Guys, we need control. He won't let us control X anymore. We got to get rid of him. Guys, look, I got an idea. Let's just cancel Elon Musk. What's that? No, I know he did the Boring Company. Yeah, no, he did Tesla. What's that, Jill? Yeah, no, Jill, he also did SpaceX, you know. Huh? Yeah, no, he's got Asperger's, but whatever. You know, he's done a lot for humanity. But guys, he wants free speech, and we got to stop free speech. So let's cancel him. I say we go after drugs, alcohol, mental instability, you know, like we did Dave Chappelle. You know, like it worked. Remember what we did? People thought Dave Chappelle was crazy. Now he's more famous than ever before, proven to never have been crazy, but we all thought he was crazy. Remember, because you did that one? Donald, you went out there with the news story, and then everybody else just perpetuated the story. He's crazy. Oh, look, said no to $50 million. He's out of his freaking mind. You know, guys, Elon Musk, alcohol, drug dependency, not worth the bird poop in a cage. What's that? Yeah, no, call Wall Street Journal. That's actually, we're running with that one. We're running with bird poop in a cage. He's not worth the bird poop in a cage. Guys, these are the back-end meetings that are going on because we see stupidity taking place. Like they want to take down an innovator. This is frightening. You don't like his political standpoints? Scroll. But no, they have to stop truth. They have to silence truth in order to get you to believe some bullcrap, the falsehood. And you have to stand up now or we lose it. We lose our freedom. Desperately trying to get rid of the Constitution, these people are. I can't stand it. So I hope Elon finds a way through this. I think that he's smacked the hornet's nest from every angle possible. You got the U.S. government looking at him, and whether or not his relationships with foreign countries are a problem, and that if he's a spy. Like, you guys are kidding me. They're gonna put Elon Musk in jail for espionage. Watch. They're gonna say that he's a spy, like a Julian Assange. the same vibe, and he's going to be, this is a complete political and personal takedown of a man who just wants the world to get better. And to speak your mind in the process, you may not like what I say, but I'm going to say it. They don't want that guy. They don't want a guy who says what he wants, and you have to just deal with it. They want you to stay in a box. It's freaking mental. I say, keep going, Elon Musk. You keep doing you. You got one life, buddy. You got one life. You gonna let somebody tell you how to live it and the things you could say with that one life you get? Well, I don't want to piss off freaking Disney. I love what he said to Disney. That was amazing. I didn't want them to advertise. What? Don't advertise. What do you mean, don't advertise? You're gonna try to blackmail me with money? You try to blackmail me with money? Go fuck yourself. Like, what? Elon Musk. Oh, hi, Bob. He says hi to Bob Iger in the crowd. Love it. Love it. That guy doesn't give a fuck. Don't tell me what I can say and do. Right? And he's doing that. And then what's the next move? Well, drugs, alcohol, the unhinged meeting. Guys, well, the unhinged meeting, Elon Musk is crazy. They're going to do a schedule 97432 and have them show up at his house, straitjacket style. Guys, we had to do it for his own welfare. We were concerned. We were concerned that he was going to take his own life. So we're going to take his life instead. We'll take his life away instead of him doing it on his own because we heard that he was going to do that. Yeah, he's in a bad mood. I mean, you heard what he said on X. Great. God. Jill. Oh, Jill, you're over here. Jill, remember what he said on X? Go with that. Say, look, guys, unhinged. You can say in quotes, look, guys, unhinged. Wall Street Journal. Everybody's going to believe it, you know? And then we can get rid of Elon Musk and completely take over the world. What's Klaus doing? Maybe Klaus can run Tesla. You know, guys, what do you think? Klaus? Schwab in it? Are we Schwab? You want to do a Schwab? I think we should do a Schwab. A Klaus Schwab. And have him come and take over for Elon Musk. Run everything right in the ground, right? And into our pockets. All the money into our pockets. 183 people. We run the world. Everybody else, you're slaves. Just deal with it, you know? You can't speak out against the man, or else you get canceled and you're a drug addict / mentally unstable and alcohol dependent. Super inventor. Super genius, some may say about Elon Musk. I think that guy's a freaking genius. That guy's ridiculously smart. The way he thinks is something we need. You don't get rid of a guy that thinks like that just because he has a point of view and a platform. Oh, God almighty, I'm so sick of the world. Guys, I appreciate you. Unbelievable. So, I will be back later. Another rantaroo. That's what we do best here. Letty, I'm so glad Letty came out to watch the show with us. Let me see. I lost our feed. Barella, my friend. DM Ryan, Letty Grazzi, Helen Gale Townsend. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here with me. Over on TikTok, I got Ricardo Janit. Good to see you, my friend. And let's see, Ricardo. Yeah, my friend. And Big Daddy kicking it with me. Good to see you, Big Daddy. Let me see who else. Grace. How are you, Grace? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I will be back later for part 2 of the longest running daily variety show. 1,833 days in a row. Going to sell real estate. So if you do need any assistance, please keep that in mind. Also, hit the like if you can, guys. Really appreciate that. Leave a comment after the feed on YouTube and share. Tonight, more of something. I got that 12 o'clock news, or Christopher Walken interviewed by Harry Carey, and then probably about 1 o'clock a news story, so please join us. PD Plastic, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for being here. I got to roll. Got to go sell some real estate. My friend PD, so good to see you. Please head back later for part 2 of the show. And if you missed this, go back to the beginning. This was another crazy rant and a couple of news stories. That guy jumping over at the judge, right? Tackling in Lawrence Taylor style. Hey, that was probably the highlight of the show. It has a warning, too. You have to have the warning up front because that dude jumps like 30 feet, like a gazelle flying through the air. His legs came up. He had to move around the curvature of the earth, guys. He jumped from that far away. Yeah, if he was closer, he wouldn't have had to lift the legs to do the down tilt to make it around the curvature. Planes fly flat. Just saying. Here we go, guys. I will see you later. Until then. This is the longest running daily variety show, The Mark and Spires Show. I'll have some Bible verses for you later from the 1775 Bible, so come back. Until then.
You got to go away.
Thank you for joining, fam. See you soon.
You got to go. You got to go.